Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm excited today because we had a big stock that moved up, so I'm excited to do today's trading recap. And I'll tell you what, I thought I was going to do really well for the day, and I really screwed it up, but we're still green today, so let's dive into the recap and take a look at what I traded today. So anyways, today up. I'm green. I'm up 227 bucks. And like I said, I screwed it up because I was up almost twice that. And it was on the stock that made the big move today, BTX. So at one point, I believe it was just about 100%. Let me see if I can pull that up for you guys very quickly here. We'll do that in a second. Anyways, yeah, I believe it was around 100% gain today. So it was great to see that momentum in the market today. But I ended up screwing it up. So I'm feeling kind of bad about it. But at the same time, I'm still green and I'm up 227. So it's something on the table. I like to see that we've had this nice change in momentum. It seems like that momentum is coming back. Maybe not at the rate that I necessarily wanted, but today was still a big move, so I tried to ride that wave the best I could. So anyways, let's talk about what I traded today. Stocks. So first off, it was ADMA, then I traded BTX, UXIN, what else? RHE. So those are the ones that I traded. And we'll dive into those in a second, but I want to show you first my progress here. This was my progress all day today, and it was just a nice steady grind all the way uphill, and I got up to 554 bucks, which was pretty decent. And on my last 2-3 trades, actually I think it was third to the last trade, I just made a big mistake. So let's unfold that and uncover that. So first off, ADMA was my first trade, first stock to trade, and I only had I believe, yeah, it was just 2 trades on that. They were quick scalp trades, and let's see, I got in right in this area. I was looking at the stock, looking for this kind of next move higher, and the whole 250 area was an area that I was definitely watching earlier this morning when this was first trading. And it was right in this range. We peaked up to, what was it, 251, and it faded from there. And really since then, I didn't go back and trade it. So anyways, yeah, just 2 trades on that. And then I started switching gears, moved on over to the big stock today, which was BTX. So here is BTX. This one was just an excellent runner today. And I did have a little difficulty on kind of areas that I was trading in. I didn't, necessarily time everything perfectly or necessarily pick the best entries and exits, but I did the best I could. Starting trading this at what, 1240 today? Let's see, 1239. So that was right in here. Yeah, right into this move higher, right in this area. And I knew we had some resistance initially at what, 3740-ish. And so I just wanted to see what would happen after that, and it fell just a little bit and then curled back up and broke that area. So that's when I started hopping in for a trade. And throughout the day, I started watching it. It did consolidate for a very long time, faded, and curled back up. So where things got really interesting and really juicy here was this huge spike up. So this is kind of where I crumbled and made some big mistakes here. I was doing really excellent, and I think I hit my peak at 500 something bucks right into this area. I want to show you my last couple moves on this stock, because this is where it's kind of important, where I made my big mistake here. Let's see. 50, okay. So 52, 23. Okay, yeah, I was trading this thing all the way up, and we had this fast rush right up into a halt. And I missed that whole move, so I felt some FOMO on that, because I did trade it in here, realized that there was some resistance, and it started fading. So I thought I was kind of done, and when I wasn't looking, this thing just started ripping up and went into a halt. And from there, I go, oh, this might be a good opportunity, and decided to trade it a little bit more. Got in on a nice dip here, and then had a good trade, pushing a little bit higher. But the area that I got into trouble was right into this backside. You know, we saw so much strength going up here, and with that said, I did miss a couple spots, including this spot right here, to move up. So I felt that FOMO of not getting in time, and so I still wanted a piece of this thing. And you know, we never know how high it's going to go. And my thoughts were that, you know, it's going to continue going here, but at some point it will turn around. But there's just so much strength here. So, anyways, I kind of slowed down on this thing, which was good. Right in this area, I realized there was some resistance. It wasn't pushing, but once I saw this big fat red candle, I told myself, let me go in for a quick little dip on this dramatic fade. So the idea was to, you know, get in on a huge dip like this, buy in on the dip, and then sell for a little pop on the other side of it. And I've done this plenty of times, and it's not a good strategy, and it's sometimes hard to tell when you hit the backside of these things. But this big red candle, I think, was definitely a signal for that. And what happened is, of course, I bought in for the dip, and it just goes lower. And so I thought to myself, let me be patient here. Let's try to get a little bit lower, average down, and sell it for the next pop up. And we didn't get that. So my problem was I kept averaging in. Shouldn't do that. Especially in this area, because the whole situation here was that we had moved up so much, and I saw so much of that strength, and I thought to myself, I thought it might continue up. You know, it might get a little dramatic, get a little more volatile, dip, and then, you know, break the highs again. But the thing was, I guess it had tested those areas too many times up here, and it had gone so far that I guess that's all the stock had in it, really. And as it faded, yeah, on the backside here, I just kept averaging down. And I'll show you here. I got in at, let's see, my areas I bought at 53, 31, 48, 44. I got in at 47, 22. 46, 44, and these are all smaller quantities, so I was able to do it. That's kind of the good thing, is that I wasn't sized up so big. Had I been a big size going into these things, I would have absolutely wrecked my day's gain today. But luckily enough, I kept them smaller with 30 share size. And my last purchase for the average down was man, yeah, I kept buying. 43.91. So anyways, I'm averaging all the way down into this thing. My last point was 43.91, and we got a little curl up, and I decided, you know what? I don't know if this thing is going to rebound much at all. I've got to take my cut this loss while I've got the opportunity to be up on it just a smidge here with this little curl. And that's what I did. I ended up selling everything, sold it all at 45.22. So this quick little turnaround pop, if you will. And I'm glad I did that because the thing just started going south once again. So, it was a horrible mistake on the sense of averaging down. Now, what prevented me from going red today was, once again, I kept the share size smaller on it, which was good. I thought to myself, look, I've made some great money on this thing, and I think at this point it's a better idea to scale down on the share size. That way, if I do hit a loss, it's not taking a huge chunk of my green today. So anyways, long story short, averaged down on this whole thing and lost a good chunk of money, and I lost, practically half of my profits today on it. And actually, I think I did lose more than half because I went down to 181 at that point. And I decided to leave this stock for the time being. And what did I switch over to? RHE. At that point, RHE was kind of popping up out of nowhere, and it was going fast, and it had gone into a halt. So I was eyeballing it, and I was able to pull a good move off of this one. Got in at 672. I waited for this thing to open up, and it just ripped really hard. So I was waiting for some sort of pullback to buy in and then ride the next leg higher. So I got in at 672, which was actually super high. I gotta go back and look at that, the timestamp on this. Okay, oh, sorry. Correction. I did not trade this area. I watched it. I think I felt FOMO on it because it ripped so high, and what I did is it went down and then it was pushing back up. So that's where I got in, at 1550. Let's see, 672. So it was on this candle here, 672, and I was able to sell at 687. So a nice move up, not something super huge, but my share size was big enough to where I was able to make kind of a correction, at least a bump up in my my green for today. So anyways, guys, I'm up $227, and while I'm excited about this momentum and this strength in the market, I screwed it up and lost more than, almost half my my profits for today. But I was able to remain green, and that's just hard to swallow. But I will be the first one to admit I was definitely wrong on this whole area of averaging down. And part of it is from, I guess, the FOMO of missing some of the moves here on the way up. I was able to capitalize on a lot of it, but there were still some moves I just maybe felt so much FOMO on that I wanted to kind of trade more and more and more. So that got me into trouble, and I made a bad mistake on the backside of this whole move here. So let me show you my you saw the progress for today. Let's look at the calendar, and we'll leave it there. So today is the third green day for this week, and I'm up 447 on the week. Now, it's a decent numbers, but I feel like I'm not trading at my best. But I gotta say, hey, I'm green, I'm going in the right direction, slowly building up. I mean, this is the third day now where I've built up from progress. So look at Monday was $46, which is nothing. Tuesday, 174. And then today, 227. So if I can kind of continue that trend, get my feet back more in the water, and just trade a little bit smarter, I think I can put on some bigger green days for the future if things continue. So that's where I'm sitting right now, up 2,500 on the month. And like I said, I'm not completely happy, but I'm satisfied that I'm at least green for today. So that's where I'm going to leave it. I want to ask you guys, how did you guys do today? What did you trade? Did you trade BTX? And did you make some big money on it? Love to hear from you guys. Everyone, even if you're a beginner trader, you know, making 10 bucks on it for the day. Hey, that might be great for you. Maybe you're up way more than that. Maybe you're up, you know, 25,000. Who knows? But congrats to you if you're green, and if you're red, hey, just, you know, analyze your mistakes, stick with it, and continue and join us on this journey here. So anyways, let me know if you guys enjoyed the recap. Make sure to subscribe and like if you enjoyed it. And that's it for now. We'll see you on Thursday. We got 2 days left out of this week. And let's make them green. Let's do well and do the best we can. And that's it for now. So we'll see you guys tomorrow.